Hi, boys and girls. I hope you're doing well and you're having fun and you've been busy. Maybe even went outside yesterday. It was absolutely beautiful out. I really hope you enjoy this lesson. It's about one of my favorite types of art called pop art. And if you watch the video that I included about pop art, it's a brief video about a very important artist named Andy Warhol. Andy Warhol was not the only pop artist that existed, but he was kind of the one person who thought of it first and was most famous for that style of art making. In the video, it kind of talked about how pop art is about things that are popular. So if you think about your life, things that you don't necessarily pay attention to, but they're popular, popular meaning everybody knows about it, everybody has one or has seen it before or recognizes it. There's a lot of popular things, and all those popular things build into something called pop culture. There's certain music, there's certain movies. You think about Trolls, and you're like, oh, I know about that. Trolls is a great example of pop culture. So pop art reflects all those popular things that people don't always pay attention to. So for my pop artwork, I chose a character, and I want you to choose a character too. Could be a character from a movie, from a cartoon, from a comic, from a book, a character that you know very well from something you like to watch on YouTube, as long as it's appropriate for school. Because yes, even though we're doing school at home, it's still school. So I actually was inspired by Pusheen. I think Pusheen cat is so cute. And if it wasn't Pusheen, I was going to do Jigglypuff Pokemon, because I think Pokemon are a great example of pop culture, and kids, everybody knows what Pokemon are. Everybody knows about Pusheen. Look how cute he is. Now this is actually my daughter's coloring book. So what I did was I found a picture first of what I wanted to create. And yes, I am recreating something that already exists, but you're going to put your own spin on it, and you're going to make it colorful and fun and vibrant and witty. And here's my Pusheen cat. This is the one I sketched, okay? I just sketched it with a pencil on a paper first, and I tried to make it nice and big. I think one of the things that makes art difficult is if we make it really small and we have all this empty space around it, that background is going to take a lot of effort and work to color in. So I think you need to really make it big. Whatever your character is, fill that paper, okay? And your paper doesn't have to be a big paper. But if you're doing a character you love, I'm sure you're going to hang it up. Okay, so what colors do I use? No, I'm not making Pusheen gray and dark gray. I am going to be making Pusheen cat, and this work of art for my pop art, a color family. So if you looked at the document, it has different color families, and I'd like to walk you through them right now. So the first color family we all know so well are the primary colors, red, yellow, and blue. Maybe you are going to use the primary colors to color in your pop art. You are not mixing them together. Pop art is bright and it's vibrant and it's not realistic, and there is no shading. It's just bright colors, boldness, okay? So maybe I'll color Pusheen red, and then I'll color her stripes blue, and then I'll color the background yellow. You see? So that's primary colors. Maybe you won't use those. Maybe you'll end up using the secondary colors. And the secondary colors are green, orange, and violet or purple. So again, you're not mixing them. You definitely don't want to mix these. These turn brown if you mix them. But you can use these. Maybe I'll make Pusheen orange, and I'll make Pusheen's details purple, and then I'll make the background green. You see? Maybe your picture's really complicated and you're feeling like, yikes, I need more than just 3 colors, Mrs. Vining. Maybe you're going to pick the tertiary colors. And the tertiary colors are all those colors that come in between red, orange, yellow, green, blue, and violet. You've got blue-green, you've got yellow-green, you've got red-violet, you've got blue-violet, you've got this wonderful blue. I think I have 2 blue-greens. I have 2 blue-greens, 2 different ones. And then this one is a yellow-orange, and that one is a red-orange. So these are those combination colors. They call those the tertiary colors. Now I have a lot of colors to choose from. Maybe I have too many, okay? So there's another group of colors that you could choose. They're called the complementary colors. The complementary colors look awesome in pop art because complementary colors pop each other out of the picture. They're so contrasting and vivid when they're together. A lot of artists like to combine them, okay? Not actually putting red and green together in the same place, but putting red and green next to each other in two different parts of the picture. So red and green are complementary colors. And then you've got blue and orange are complementary colors. And then you've got yellow and violet are complementary colors. Now, you wonder who kind of figured this out, but this is actually kind of a scientific thing as well. It's really cool. Color theory is amazing, but complementary colors are more amazing than anything, I think, because in our eyes, if we're staring at yellow long enough and we close our eyes, we will see its complement. So it works inside of our eye, and naturally, yellow's complement is violet. It's a very cool thing. You could do more research on if you want, but just a cool little science tip for you. So there's two other combinations of colors you could choose. One of them is called your neutral family, and neutral colors are all those kind of dull colors, but they're still beautiful all in their own. Neutral colors are different types of browns or grays. So I think camo, like camouflage colors, those are kind of like dingy, darker greens, and they're all different kinds of like greenish grays, those kind of yucky mucky colors. So browns and grays could be something that you want to use. Those are the neutral colors. You cannot combine these color families together in this work of art. I want you to be able to tell me which color family you chose. The last color family is something called monochromatic. Monochromatic art is really cool, but you're really only using one color, but you have combinations of a lighter version of this color and a darker version of this color. So this is red. And what's red's lighter version? Pink, right? A lighter version of red is pink. A lighter version of blue is light blue, right? And what's a darker version of red? A dark red, maybe like a maroon. So if you're picking monochromatic colors, you're only using one color, but you're using darker and lighter versions of that color to fill in the rest of the picture. So your picture is going to be very surprising, very interesting. And the last thing I wanted to do was just kind of reteach you some of the things that we need to keep in mind when we're coloring. Now, I'm just using crayons. You could use paint or markers, but when I'm using crayons, I want to make sure that I'm not leaving any peekaboos, right? We want to make sure we color very carefully and take our time. You've been doing such a good job of that with your project so far since we've been doing school at home. I just want to remind you, keep going with your no peekaboos and do your best work, because man, this pop art is going to look awesome when you're all done. And you know, Andy Warhol, he did his pop art about things that you find at the grocery store, things that you don't necessarily think are important, like a ketchup bottle or a Campbell's soup can. But I think with characters, we do think they're important. They're important to us because we love them, and we find ourselves connecting to little characters. So I thought it was kind of a next step for our pop art, was to pick something that we care about, that we think is fun. Pop art's supposed to be fun and exciting, making a statement. So here is monochromatic. It's the same color. Pink has got red in it. It's a lighter version of red. So the monochromatic one, you might not have all the crayons to match. Like you may not have a dark blue, a medium blue, and a light blue. But if you press lighter with a color, you can get a lighter version. So there's different ways that you can do that. And you can even also blend crayons together. I know I said don't do that with the primary colors, but if you chose to do monochromatic colors for your color family, you may want to take a little bit of black and kind of layer red and black together to get a darker red if you don't have one. For example, that's what I would have to do to finish my Pusheen cat. So Pusheen cat says bye. Have a great time. And I can't wait to see your pop art. Take care. Bye.